welcome to the Chairman's Corner. We're here today with Wayne County Board of Commissioner Chairman Bill Pate. Sir, how you doing?
Good morning.
Good to see you. Well, we have a meeting coming up on the 7th, I believe.
Yes, it is. It'll be the 7th.
On the 7th of March, and that's right around the corner. So what do we anticipate?
Actually, I think it's going to be another short meeting.
Oh, man, that's great.
Well, you know, it's the quiet before the storm, perhaps.
Oh, okay.
Because we're getting ready to move into budget.
Oh, boy.
And that'll be a different tale. Yeah. The meetings will be longer, so there'll be work sessions and that kind of thing.
So get rest while you can.
So, yeah, we're sort of in between that, and George is getting prepared for Craig Honeycutt, the new assistant manager, to come in. I think it's not this Monday, it's the following Monday. Yeah. So that'll really help him, and Craig's got a lot of work to do. We've already planned a lot of things that we have. We made some changes, like we moved our public comment to 9:05 right after we finished the invocation and pledge and the approval of minutes and the discussion of the agenda, because we had been moving so fast that we were having to skip around on the agenda anyway, so we thought it was more appropriate to go ahead and move it to the front. And also it gives the opportunity to the public to get in, say their piece, and if they need to go to work, they can go to work. They don't have to sit out there for a long time. You know.
The thinking is you moved it. It was what? It was 9:15, but you only moved it up 10 minutes, so that's not a big move. But it is. You were right. You were moving along other items so quickly that it left a gap there, and you had to wait because you have to. This is an advertised time. Yeah. You have to wait.
That's right. You have
until
to wait
that time.
You have to wait till that time, but you can postpone it. And sometimes because we get hung up in other things, because I was skipping around, it pushed it further back to 9:15.
But you can never start early.
No, you can't start early, but you can start later. Yeah, but I don't want to keep people out there waiting. No. People have jobs and they need to go to, and I don't want to hold them up.
So this will help. It'll be more convenient.
Well, I certainly hope so. We'll see how it goes, and that's what we're going to do.
Okay, good.
We'll have a public hearing, and it's to talk about the adoption of a resolution and agreement for an existing industry. And I don't know whether it'll be Tiffany will come over or Crystal. It'll be one of the two. Probably Tiffany to talk about that. And there may be a few appointments that have to be made. I hadn't talked to Joe Gurley, but he's the appointment chairman.
Of the appointment committee.
Of the appointment committee, yeah. I get it right. And then moving on there, we're going to talk about the approval of the 911 call center. The facilities committee met, and they've come up with some things, agreements they're going to recommend to the full board, so we can go ahead and move forward with the full architect plans and eventually the construction of the building.
Man, this is something that's badly needed here in Wayne County.
The 911 center we currently have, when it came up, we started using it. It was fine, but the call volume is so huge, and there's no room to add any people in there, and there's no way to expand over there. And it's actually, there are concerns at times that building itself, during some of the bigger storms, was not as safe as it could be. Right. As a matter of fact, they were afraid the windows might blow out.
Oh my goodness!
But it never did, thank God. Yeah. But this will be a secure facility that'll be able to stand, I think, up to 130-mile-an-hour winds.
And room for expansion.
Good. And so it's badly needed. Then we can add on additional staff, because we're taking care of all the calls for the city of Goldsboro, for the entire county.
And all the municipalities.
And if I could remember what the call volume was, I would tell you, but it's grown in a huge way, and it's
several thousand a month.
Yeah, it is.
Several thousand.
Yeah, and a lot of them are very important. Some of them should never be called there. But it is it is what it is.
That's right.
And then Allison come out. We got a few budget amendments that we got to approve this month. This meeting. And but not nearly as many as last.
Well, that's good.
As well, I was giving her a hard time about that. When we go to the agenda meeting, we go, "Oh, Allison, what have you got for us today?"
You're going to give her a complex.
I know. We like to tease her. We really do. And I think we've got Jerry Phillips will be coming over, declaring the March 2017 is American Red Cross Month in Wayne County.
Yes.
I served on that board too when I was in my former life.
Right.
And they do very important work. They really do.
I'm a big supporter, as are you, of the Red Cross.
Yep.
And you just can't talk about the Red Cross enough. they just do so much work, and the work that people don't even know about.
No, they don't. They have no idea. You know, like I say, you got to serve on these boards to really find out what they do.
That's exactly right. You know, in my previous life, I used to have to get up kind of early.
Yes, you did.
Almost as early as I do now, but had to get up early, and I would be out traveling the streets of Goldsboro and go past where a house had burned.
Yeah.
And there was a Red Cross out there at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
2 and 3 o'clock in the morning in freezing rain or ice or whatever, with blankets and helping these people. And that's common. They do this all the time.
Yeah, I remember you had to get up early because when I used to go to the interview, y'all had me over there about 7:30 in the morning.
Well, sure, that's the middle of the day, you know.
Yeah, you and I have quite a history together over the years of interviewing. We'll have Kevin Johnson and JR and Emily Odom will be coming in to talk about the We Dig It Ag Day at Odom Farms.
Oh, great.
And, of course, you know, you've been out there and filmed that. It is a great thing that they do for these kids.
It is.
And most of these kids, unless they live on the farms, still think that food comes from Food Line.
Yep.
And being able to go out there and actually see the animals and the produce that they provide out there is it's an important thing. 'Cause, you know, as you well know, agriculture is the largest income in Wayne County economic impact, which is over $1 billion. I said B and not million.
Billion. That's right.
It's huge.
It's extremely important to us.
And you know, I was reading an article this morning about how you'll have to double production in the next 20 years, I think, to be able to meet the world demand.
Yeah.
And you know, and you hear Jimmy Dickinson talk about it all the time. The way that we can best protect ourselves as a country is to continue to be able to feed ourselves.
That's exactly right.
And he's right.
He is right.
And so, anyway, that's just really important to me. And I always have a great time when I go out there watching those little eyes and the expressions they have when they bring the goats and the pigs and that kind of thing out.
These are second graders.
Yeah, from all over the county.
Wayne County Public Schools second graders, and they are taken to Odom Farms off Claridge Nursery Road for Ag Day, and they spend time out there learning about where our food comes from.
And there are a lot of, you know, Farm Bureau, I think, is a big player in this thing, and others help, you know, provide food and that kind of stuff for everybody. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, JR and Emily Odom do a wonderful job.
Yeah, they do. They're really great people. The next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the old Carver High School property in Mount Olive.
Yeah.
The school system no longer uses it. The town of Mount Olive wants it, and there's already, I think, a cooking school in there and some other things, and we think it's the right thing to go ahead and deed that thing over to them. So that's the process of what we'll be doing on that.
That's great.
And that way, not only can they spend more money on it, since they'll own it and improve it, and it'll be a good community thing, and they've got our support, and that's what we'll be doing. Of course, we haven't voted on it yet, but I feel sure this is going to work out.
I hope so.
For everybody.
I hope it does.
And the school system doesn't need it. We don't need it. It's a perfect fit for Mount Olive.
It is. All right.
And then we got a couple of surplus properties that we're going to talk about selling, and that there are smaller properties that right now they're empty. They're not really able to build on them, and the city and the county own it together, and somebody's got to look after the property and cut the grass. So perhaps some of the landowners around it that attach to their property may want it.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of where we're headed on this thing.
Good. Well,
so, and we do this on a regular basis.
Right.
And that's pretty much what the board meeting is going to be about, because we're going to have some closed session things that we're going to need to discuss. And so we may be in there longer than we were out there on the floor, but it's in preparation for probably the next meeting for coming out and talking about it. We've got contractual kind of things we're talking about.
Excellent.
One update I want to give you, and I found out last Friday, George and I got an email from Bob Carnegie, Tri-City.
Yes.
We had received through them, USDA, they're the conduit where the money flows through. We've originally received a loan for the Maxwell Center of $1.1 million, or just south of $1.1 million. Nice. And we were in a running for an additional one, and we didn't think that we would get it, but we found out on Friday that we will receive $1.3 million, 10-year interest-free loan.
Additional?
Yes, additional. This is huge. I mean, no interest. I mean,
man, that's nice.
I mean, I wish somebody would send me a check with no interest and let me submit it that way.
Yeah.
But
no interest over a 10-year period. Yeah. Now that is beautiful.
And that's got to pay it back, but at least we don't have to pay any interest.
Yeah,
on
no
it.
interest on it. Well, that's a really good deal. That's from USDA.
That's
U.S.
right.
Department of Agriculture.
We've done everything we can, turned over every rock we could find to help fund this center. And we're getting ready to come out with the brick paver program. We discussed that last week with the architect.
Right.
And we hadn't finalized it yet, but there's actually a company that won't charge us. It will set up a marketing plan and actually take care of it, because they'll be engraving the stones, on the pavers, and another way for folks who may not have deep pockets like me, who may want to have some contribution to the center, that their name or their family name will be there forever.
That's a great idea.
And
anybody can partake in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody.
And actually, we kind of held off a little while doing this because with the hurricane and all that, we didn't want to push people to, during that time. But then they're coming to us now, saying that we want to be part of this.
Oh, that's great.
And so we'll be announcing that pretty soon. We'll get it on the website, and I'll have Kevin shoot it out to all the farmers, and I think it'll sell itself.
I think it will too. And
we'll be meeting with the architect, matter of fact, tomorrow. Yeah. Again, that's part of it. We're actually picking out the colors of the carpet and the walls, and I'm telling you, I'm so excited. Kristen and H&H Architecture have done such a great job with us, and she thanked us so much last week for allowing her to work with us on this project, because she'd never done a convention center before.
Really? Mm-mm. Well, she sure knew what she was doing. She did her research.
Yeah, and since then, she's been able to find work with the city of Goldsboro. They did W.A. Foster, and I think there's another project coming up. And she just got the big life science building at NC State.
Oh, is that right?
And I kidded her. I said, I'm glad now I know somebody who's famous.
Oh, that is great.
But I wanted to commend you on one thing too. That the video that you did inside the building with the superintendent.
Yeah, the new accent.
And I mentioned this to you earlier. I said, because I hadn't been on the inside of it, driving by the road, you can see how high it is, but it wasn't as big as I thought about it. But when you got on the inside and was filming, I said, man, that thing is big.
It is big, yeah.
So I'm really excited about it.
I'll tell you what, we're all excited about our new Maxwell Regional Agricultural Convention Center.
Yeah, me too.
It is fantastic. Well, Bill, looking forward to the meeting on Tuesday, the 7th of March. It's going to be, as you say, it should be, unless something else comes out, it should be a relatively short meeting.
I think it should. I think it will be.
And we're going to get a lot done. That's great. All right, looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Chairman Bill Pate, Chairman of the Wayne County Board of Commissioners, and everybody's invited. I'll remind you, everyone's invited to the Commissioner meetings the first and third Tuesday of each month in the Commissioner Boardroom on the 4th floor of the Wayne County Courthouse. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks again.
This has been Chairman's Corner.